Welcome to Daddy vs. Doctor. Here are your hosts, pediatrician Dr. Scott Cohen and comedian Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, here we are, another episode of Daddy versus Doctor. My name's Sebastian Maniscalco. I'm feeling a little congested all of a sudden. I don't know if we want to do a COVID test or
plexiglass.
We are here. We are. I don't know. There are a lot of things racing through my head right now. That's our show.
What are you going to say?
No, I was going to go talk about sporting events with kids.
Yeah.
And how, we navigate this world of going to events with our family, especially when you, as a child, didn't have access to the seats that you, and I don't know if we talked about this. I feel like sometimes I'm reiterating.
You talked about the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, yeah, Chicago Bulls. I always bring up that example.
Yes.
I just want
a couple times. Partially obstructed. I could tell the story as if it was me.
It's not that story.
When I was a kid, I went to Chicago's Bull games.
Because I recently went to a game with my father. Anyway, skip that. Let's start from the beginning. Hey, how you doing? Sebastian Maniscalco here with Dr. Scott Cohen.
Hello.
And another edition of Daddy versus Doctor. I know we always say this at the end, but the show is gaining some traction amongst the people in the United States, especially parents who are asking a lot of questions about their child. New parents. Oh, my child's got this, my child's got that. Been a great resource here at the Daddy versus Doctor for families to come and, just quell your fears that you're not alone. We have a pediatrician here who's seen it all, 20 years in the business.
Yeah. Engage us. Ask us questions. Make comments.
We do mailbag here. Haven't done it in 4 episodes, but we do have some mailbag stuff.
Yeah.
I just think the past shows we've gotten into some topics that we generally don't get into, but they're centered around kids and family. Let's start with mailbag. We generally don't do that, but let's kick it off with a mailbag question. There's a lot of words.
Yeah, I mean these are like I feel like the Iliad, the Odyssey, and the Lord of the Rings.
You know what I've been doing?
Going on
while you look at that, I just want to let
me.
the listeners know what I've been doing. Do you ever start reading an article online, and then let's say 2 or 3 paragraphs in, you scroll down to see how long the article is, and if it's like 7 pages, you're like, I ain't reading this shit. I don't know if that is a attention deficit disorder or laziness or what it is, but I feel like if you don't get me within the first 3 paragraphs of the article, I'm clocked out.
Yeah. Do you like nowadays when you look something up, would you rather the answer pop up in a written version or a video version?
It's a good question. I'll put in, let's say, how long do you cook sea bass in the oven and at what temperature?
Right. A very common question that people ask.
So I've noticed now, and this probably has the last 3 years, there'll be like a bunch of words that come up, like fish, and I'm just looking for like degrees, minutes. Right. That's all I'm looking for.
Right.
And it's not in that first one. I don't see any of that information. But there's like a subset of questions underneath that, right? That goes, how long do you cook fish? And then I'm like, oh, here's what I was looking for. I'll click on that. And that's where I go. But for like recipes and demonstrational things, I'll look at the video. What do you do?
I just want it as quick as possible. So something like that, I just want it written like the one-liner, like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a whole video and somebody's preparing the sea bass and doing all those things. But I think I do what you do. When I have a question for Google, I put every detail in there. So hopefully my answers just have it.
Yeah.
Erin, when she has a question, she puts in like a summary, like 3 words, and then she has to weed through. I'm like, just ask her what you wanted to know. Why do you do that?
I think this is your Chicago Bulls story, because you
I've told that before.
Yeah. Have we heard that before?
Nobody's ever heard that before. I don't know. Well, one of the 3 recurring listeners will write in and tell me that that's a problem.
No, but why did we even go to this? It's another day of memory shot.
Yeah.
Shot.
Trying to get a mailbag.
I got a mailbag.
We're going to jump right into the bag.
From Julie. She says that her 6-year-old has asthma and he's having a lot of asthma attacks with wheezing and trouble breathing. What's your recommendation? I summarized the 4 pages here that were.
I you know what? I saw you doing that and I'm like, that's not a mailbag.
Well, it is, but but
it's not. I want to hear this is from. You just made up Julie, right?
No,
I
did.
There?
Yeah, Ken Finnegan.
Well, what was wrong with the other? This guy even put like an emoji.
No, there's
question. And he's not going to get on the air.
No, there's so much. Look at this one. This may be a script that they want you to be part of.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hello, this is Sarah. My teenagers. Okay, here, let's just talk about this. Let me just throw this out at you. Hello, this is Sarah from San Francisco. My teenager is enamored with vintage fashion and wants to wear Victorian-era outfits to school. How can I support her unique style while ensuring she doesn't feel out of place? This is what I got to say about this shit. You're a parent. You say no. We ain't wearing this shit. When you're 18, you can do whatever the hell you want, but until you're 18, you're not wearing Victorian-style dresses. Right? What is with this? I want to support.
I want to wear a Victorian outfit. Wear a Victorian outfit. One of 2 things is going to happen.
No.
Either they're going to have issues at school, and then they're going to have to make a decision whether they want to wear it or not, or they wear it. The school doesn't have a problem with it.
What, Caruso? Like, I want to dress as a barbarian and go to school. So, I'm going to support
Victorian outfit, I assume, still means a shirt and pants and.
Bring up a Victorian outfit.
Yeah,
I want to throw this up on the screen. Just
something like that.
And then when the kid gets their ass kicked, then they sue the school, and now we got no school to go to.
That could be an issue.
I'm just saying, like, all this shit now is like, I want to support my kid's unique style. I want to support my kid.
I think the kid's going to figure out whether they want to wear it or not.
I'm just telling you.
That compared to some of the other things people wear, I mean, crazy.
Why do we even have parents? If the kid's going to do whatever, ass kicked. Sorry. You show up like that to the 3rd grade, you should be made fun of. I'm sorry. Look at fuck. Come on, man. As long as you're the parent, you are setting the boundaries and the structure for the kid to prosper after they get out of the house. And if they don't have any rules or guidelines, I believe they just do whatever the hell they want. And next thing you know, they're in rehab. But go ahead.
I like it.
And you didn't find that interesting? You were going to make up your own? Hey, here's another one.
Give me one.
Hey, hi. I'm Bill from Denver.
Yes.
My 10-year-old insists. By the way, a 10-year-old doesn't insist on anything. On speaking a secret language he's made up. It's creative, but nobody could understand him. What do I do?
Tell him to stop.
What do you mean, what do you do?
Stop speaking the language.
Stop speaking the secret language. No one else knows what the fuck you're talking about. We don't know what to make you for dinner. You know, like, what the hell? These are simple answers.
All right, so here's one that's apropos. Have you heard this in the news? This is John, actually from Chicago. They have a 1-year-old. They've been using, I've been using the shusher to put my child to bed for a year. Do I have to worry that's going to affect his hearing? Have you heard of this? Actually, it's been in the news recently. You know the shusher?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have one?
It's a sound machine.
Yeah, it's basically a sound machine.
Does it affect hearing? I didn't know this. This is great information.
No, I'm just wondering.
No.
I never had a problem when people asked me they want to use a shusher. And then people started wondering, could this affect the child's hearing down the road? And the official statement is, it really depends how loud it is and how close to the ears it is. So in and of itself, a noise machine is not a problem. You want to go to sleep with a noise machine? Fine. I also feel like routine and repetition matter. If you don't need one, great. Nice to learn to fall asleep without a noise machine. But if you have one, to keep it as far away from the child as possible and at the lowest amount as possible that comforts them for sleep.
Fucked.
Why? Have you been putting it right next to their ears?
No, it's on a bedside table, opposite of where she
All right,
sleeps.
so it's like,
But
they
the
say
thing's-
like 7 feet away.
This ain't no 7 feet.
All right.
That's it.
Ish.
Gotta get a hearing aid now.
Nah, because you can damage young ears. See, that was
That was
a
good.
question.
That was good.
That was
Good
fine.
question.
All right, give me another one. I'd like to hear your ranting. You need to rant a little more.
Yeah, well, the rants could cause some
That's all right.
some career
You know
issues.
what? You know what? It doesn't matter.
There's one. Hi, I'm Emily from New Orleans. My toddler refuses, another trigger word. When I hear refuses, insists, I hear no parenting, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hear. Toddler refuses to eat anything not shaped like a dinosaur.
Wait, how old's this child?
We haven't got an age on it.
15?
Got any tips on how to make a balanced diet from T-Rex shaped foods?
Wait, but you
Huh?
you would cut all the fruits and vegetables in a dinosaur for your kid.
Have I made food?
Yes, in the
Shaped
shape of
like
a dinosaur.
animals.
Yes.
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 If Serafina said, I don't need anything not shaped like a dinosaur, I say, Daddy ain't making
Dinosaur.
all
I
your
agree with
food dinosaur shaped.
Yes.
So you either starve
Right.
or you wait
And
to
no
eat a
child's gonna
dinosaur
starve.
every 3 weeks.
Exactly. All right. Fair
That's
enough.
it. Believe me, if you tell the kids they're not going to eat anything,
It's actually very simple.
it's very simple. And this is the problem.
It's very simple. Oh, I like these. These are good. I'm going to keep it going.
Hey, it's Rob from Portland. My kids have decided
Okay.
to convert their bedroom into a rainforest. Right. Now, I'm in my kids' room every day.
Yeah.
If they,
It's a rainforest cafe.
yeah, if I see a rainforest going
Yeah.
up, I go, get it down.
Yeah.
We don't like walk in and go, oh my God, there's a rainforest in here. Complete with indoor plants and wildlife sounds. Should I be worried about humidity and bugs? No, you should be worried about your kids. What do we have about humidity and bugs?
Wait, how are they bringing in? They're bringing in separate humidity into the rainforest? How they got machines?
Well,
I mean,
because all the they got
wildlife.
They got indoor plants. Listen. You want to have a plant in your room? Have a plant in your room. Once it starts getting into, oh, this is a rainforest. Should we be worried about bugs? We take it down. Take it down. Hey, this is Amanda from New York.
Okay.
My kids want to start a lemonade stand.
Okay.
But with coffee instead.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're going completely opposite, and they're
Wait,
catering.
how old?
now.
Did it say how old?
Don't
No,
even matter to me. I mean, if you're on the way to work, right,
Mhm.
and kids are selling coffee, I'm in.
Buy the
Lemonade,
whole
I'm
thing.
in. Lemonade is 8:00 in the morning. Coffee, I'm in. How can I support their entrepreneurial spirit while maintaining a sleep schedule?
What does that have to do with anything? Because they're drinking too much coffee.
Well, I don't know if these kids are sampling their own product, but is she saying, oh, you got to get up early and get the coffee stand out there when people are going to work?
Doesn't
And
even make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
It's like my kid put on blue pants.
like-
How do I get them to swim?
Yeah, I like the coffee stand. I just don't know what you mean by maintaining a sleep schedule. For
The coffee stand is great. Do it.
love a coffee stand.
I like entrepreneurial ideas.
Yes.
All right, here's one. Biba. My once obedient son Oliver has a sassy mouth at home. It's unbelievable. He has a salty answer for everything, then curses to boot when he doesn't get his way.
So this didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
This is, and we've had this issue with Caruso, and I'm telling you out there, parenting is 24/7. You can't take a day off. You cannot let up. You can't let things slide. For example, Caruso doesn't say thank you, or he doesn't say you're welcome. I tell him right there every time.
Yeah.
Say your please, thank you. They'll ask, Daddy, he'll go, Daddy, I want water. I go, first of all, you go get it yourself.
From the well in the backyard.
No, it's just like I'm going to get up and get you the water.
Right.
We have a refrigerator there.
Yep.
Go get it.
Yeah.
And then he'll go, Daddy, could I please have some grapes? Well, maybe the grapes are too high for him to get. I'm sorry. He'll go, can I have grapes?
Right.
And I don't respond. Could I have grapes? I don't respond. May I please have grapes? And then I get it.
Yeah.
Teaching him that you just don't shout orders. This ain't a fucking kitchen.
Well, I like that you said that parenting is a 24/7. I noticed this actually with trick-or-treating. Some kids came up and said, and just reached into the candy jar. And I heard some parents say trick or treat, say thank you, and other parents, just grab and run.
Yeah.
But if they learn to grab and run, then they're just going to be at somebody's house and grab and run.
Grab and run, and then they grow up and they're grabbing and running out of the Gucci store on Rodeo.
Here's one up your alley. Hi, I'm Emma from Austin. My 4-year-old keeps trying to cook breakfast for the family. While it's endearing, it's also a safety concern. How can I let her explore her culinary interests safely?
You cook with the child. It's not like you just your kid wants to make breakfast and all of a sudden they're they're running it like a diner.
Actually, the bacon's a little too crunchy.
Yeah.
Fix that, kid.
You help them out. You crack the egg and you tell them, hey, this is how we whip the egg. Caruso has gotten so into cooking that, he doesn't want any help, but, he's around fire.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, now we're going to put the eggs in the skillet. He's like, I want to do it, but I'm there with him, making sure he doesn't get his shirt and caught in the flame and whatnot. It's just you got to participate in what your kid's interests are. It's not like, my kid likes to drive cars. What do I do? Well, he's 8,
And cooking is such a great hobby because one, not only as a family thing and bonding, but also teaching measurements and math and things like this. But both of my girls loved cooking.
Yeah.
It was very cathartic. All right, let's end on this because I know you'll have a comment. And this guy's from Chicago. Hello, this is Kevin from Chicago. My daughter has developed an unusual fear of zebras after a trip to the zoo. Any suggestions on how to help her overcome this zebra phobia? Is there a word for a fear of zebras? I'd like to know that. Anyways.
If I was just using Aristotelian logic.
Holy mackerel. Where'd you get that word from?
Pulled it out of nowhere, bro.
I don't even know
if
that's correct. But anyways.
You are scared of zebras.
Yes.
It's not like we have zebras running around the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Right? Zebras are only in one place, the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you put a nature show on, they might be there. My suggestion to you was, hey, we don't expose her to any more zebras.
I agree. If you go to the zoo, don't go to the zebras. You're going to take them to the place that they're screaming, crying. Right. If it was a daily thing and we need to get used to this to live our life, there's treatments for that. But zebras are not something you have to do.
The questions we're getting is concerning me of our audience and where they're at. Because I think we're two educated adults here, one with a superior education than anybody in the room, and this is the questions we're getting.
Because most of what we get in medicine is not what I learned in med school or residency. It's parenting questions.
Yeah.
Which a lot of parenting is really just common sense, or you've been exposed to it and seen it. So hippophobia. This refers to fear of horses, since zebras are closely related to horses. Hippophobia could potentially describe that. Zoophobia is fear of animals. Equinophobia, obviously horses. Striadophobia, stripes.
Okay.
That's good.
This is how I feel about this.
Yeah.
If your phobia has not been given a name yet,
right, then
it's not even a phobia.
It's not a phobia.
Like if you got to piggyback on horses, it's not something you got to be worried
All
about.
right, here's a good one. Did you when we were kids, WWF was a big thing. Hulk Hogan, right? You remember jumping off the back of the couch with a pillow on a sibling or whatever?
I give my sister pile drivers.
Yeah, pile drivers, the suplex, right? The thing. So, all right, hi, I'm Jane from Nashville. My 7-year-old son is obsessed with becoming a pro wrestler and watching some matches on TV. Any ideas on how to handle his wrestling moves safely at home?
Well, this I could speak to.
I knew you would.
Because I used to be a huge wrestling fan. I have a sister who's 4.5 years younger than me, and she would be my wrestling companion, right?
Okay.
So we would get on my bed, and I didn't even know how
She would agree to this?
Well, she was my younger sister, so she's playing with her older brother.
Yeah.
So she would be laying on the bed, right? I said, I would just tell her, lay on the bed. I'm going to do a splash dive on you.
Splash dive.
Now,
I never even heard that move.
I'd get on my dresser,
Yeah.
top rope it, and then fly off.
Superfly, snooker.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like land on her. Like I would, brace myself. But the pile driver that I was doing on her,
Like she's not paralyzed.
that's what I'm saying. Not on the ground, but on the bed. But even on the bed, there's a compromised position between my legs. I had her up
Because to us, it looked real. Like they know how to fake it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're just hoping.
You're just hoping somebody doesn't die.
I also used to wrestle the cushions on the downstairs couch in my basement. So I used to have a big cushion. I used to.
You should get a friend.
What's that? I was lonely.
Yeah, obviously.
When
you did that, it's in the basement wrestling.
In the basement. Well, that's it. Well, this is another conversation that kids today are always looking for their parents to participate in play. And I don't know if it's because Lana and I work out of the house and we're always around, but like Seraphia's like, come play with me or come do Legos with me. And I'm like, all right, now I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I can't do this right now. I was forced to play alone.
With yourself. Yeah.
With myself.
Yeah.
Again, I gotta go to this. This had to be talked about. Did I tell you guys that I had a whole basketball season
No.
alone? Did I tell you?
No.
No.
Okay.
All right, this is great.
In my basement, I used to have one of those Nerf hoops that you put on.
Uh-huh.
It was a furnace duct. I put it on the furnace duct.
Okay.
Right. And I used to have 16 teams. What was it? 4? Yeah, 4 teams in a division.
Okay.
And I used to play basketball against myself. So this is how I would do it. I'd be like, dribbling the Nerf ball, and the whole audience, 3-pointer, sinks it. Right? Then, okay, now coming down the court, layup, it's blocked. Like I would block my own shot.
Okay.
Right?
Or you come out like Michael Jordan and then Larry Bird.
No. These were guys I made up.
Oh.
These guys weren't even in the league.
Wow.
Watson.
Right.
Bruce Watson.
Yeah.
Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the names were made up.
Okay.
I had league leading score. I used to have a piece of paper, point for, Watson, and then I tabulated all up. And I used to have scoring leaders, playoffs,
Right.
all by myself,
Right.
in the basement.
Yeah. And you're
for
worried about the
hours.
girl dressing up as a Victorian.
No, bro.
person.
This was called independent,
Imagination. Yeah.
self-efficient, I don't need nobody.
Right.
I'm doing
I
it.
got it. Obviously.
And I had a full season down there.
That's amazing.
What are you doing? No, I'm playing basketball. I'll be up. I didn't need anybody.
I love it.
And I don't think kids today have this imagination where, they have to create a whole basketball season in their
I
basement.
agree. This just came up yesterday. Lexi came home. They had the day off of school. Lexi came home. She said, Mom, I had the best day today. I was with a friend. We just walked around the neighborhood. We saw Jimmy, who goes to school with us. Then we walked around the corner and we saw Julie and then da-da-da. And Aaron goes, yeah, that's Uniontown, Pennsylvania, 1984. That's how we grew up, right? You're just in your neighborhood, going from house to house, stopping at people, saying hello. She wasn't on her phone all day. She wasn't watching TV. And she recognized it was actually really fun. But kids don't get an opportunity to do that.
No, they don't. And we got to get back to a day and age where kids are interacting more. And again, it's hard because, especially in LA, these aren't neighborhoods. Really aren't neighborhoods. I mean, it's like pockets of people that bought a house in the same area.
Yeah, I mean, they're blocked by coyote urine. I can't go there.
I did want to cover one more question. I know we're running up against time.
What you got?
My 8-year-old, and I know how you're big on age, is convinced she's a detective.
Okay.
And she has turned the house upside down for clues. How can I channel her curiosity in a more constructive way?
What's she looking for clues for?
I don't know what she's doing.
Is it like a murder in the house? Like,
I don't know. Anything for me that would take us out of our normal living, the way we live.
right.
Like if my kid is like, oh, my kid loves coloring on walls. How do I channel that? Well, we don't color on walls.
Anything we don't allow for the adults to do, we shouldn't allow the kids to do.
Yeah.
When I hear things like this, I just think about, does it affect daily life, right? If you can't go to school or play with friends or do the activities that other 8-year-olds are doing because you're looking for clues, then maybe we should channel that to something else. If that can be something you're doing and other things, then great. It's like you playing basketball yourself. It's using your healthy imagination. I think it's how much it's really affecting your world.
Well, when I read this, I hear Joe comes home from work.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole house is upside down and he asks his wife, what the hell's going on? Oh, she's just playing detective again.
Is it from the Drew family?
What does that mean?
Do you know what the reference is?
No.
Nancy's child detective. Anyways.
Never grew up with it. Too busy.
Like
too busy
1,000 books,
No.
movies, and a
Books.
and a current TV show.
in the basement playing basketball.
So this episode was great because I like hearing your honest take. And we know a lot of it's in jest because of your act and things like that. But it's true. It's like some things are just cut and dry, simple.
Some things are cut and dry. Sometimes you have to pepper some humor along with it for it to get across to people. Those of you that I read your complaints, these are real, right?
No, because nobody would write that much if it wasn't real.
Yeah. So I'm sure we're going to get some complaints. But who cares?
Put your complaints in the comment section. Just send comments.
We're looking for views.
Comments. Send more questions.
Next time on Diet versus Doctor, talking great Christmas gifts for kids.
Like
and
by age group. Can you guys send your comments what you recommend? Because I need some gift ideas.
Yeah. Dr. Cohen needs gift ideas, and I need a friend. Good night.
True. Good night.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.